Hello, today we're going to talk about engagement, how to keep your team engaged with the values and objectives of your company. The solution, pizza every month and casual Fridays. That's been all for today. Thank you very much. So, engagement is a little bit more than pizza from time to time and casual Fridays. Okay, engagement is a very important part if you manage your own company or you are a manager of a big project. So first of all, let's start with the difference between satisfaction and engagement, because there are two different things. When you're satisfied with the company, that means that you are happy being there. You probably know you're not thinking about leaving the company so far, but you're not necessarily engaged. You don't really need to care about what's happening. You just get your money, do whatever job you're doing, finish your shift, you forget about the company. Obviously, if somebody will offer you something better, you will take it and that's it. You're satisfied, not engaged. If you're engaged, that means that you feel part of the company, that you feel that you are a valuable piece of the whole thing. What are the benefits of having engaged teams? I'm going to mention just a little bit of them. This is based of Gallup. There's a consulting and global research group. Some of the benefits of engagement in these companies where people consider that they are engaged with the company, you can see an 81% drop in employee absenteeism, an 18% increase in productivity, and a 23% increase in profitability. So even though you are this kind of manager that you don't want to care about people, if you care about your pocket, it is interesting for you to keep them motivated. Let's go to the content. My name is Borja Marin, this is Corporate Cat. Let's begin. So before we get to the solution of the problem, I want to state the obvious, and it's the money bit. It is obvious. If the economical compensation is not perceived as fair enough, people is not gonna be satisfied, neither engaged. But we're not gonna treat that in this video because this requires a lot more complex approach, and it will be like, much more difficult, and it depends of a lot of different situations. So I know that a lot of people is gonna think like, you want more engagement, just throw some money into the mix. It's not that easy. You can throw money, but if you don't have the elements that I'm gonna tell you, probably you can get like people satisfied but not engaged. Let's begin. What I want to explain you today, it's what I call the triangle of engagement. Triangle of engagement, it's my framework to understand what are the three basic pillars that I need to work on if I want to create a team that is engaged with the company. The final objective of this triangle is to get sense of belonging. What is sense of belonging? I will explain you with a very simple example. Have you ever heard about the console wars? There is people that love PlayStation and other people love Nintendo. And if you go to the internet, they will go crazy one on the other, like hating each other, insulting each other. Why? Because they feel that they are part of this company. They believe that they are part of Sony PlayStation, or they have this feeling of they match their identity with Nintendo. So they will do a lot for these brands, even though they don't get any economical benefit of that. But it's engraved in their personalities. They are engaged with these brands. Another very simple example and very clear is football. I'm from Spain, so probably you have heard about Madrid and Barça. You know that more often than not, unfortunately, you will hear news that fanatics from one club will go and fight fanatics of the other club. They don't get anything out of that. They just are defending their football team because they feel engaged with it. They feel part of something bigger. And this is the objective of the triangle of engagement. In this video, I'm gonna go like very high level on the three legs of the triangle of engagement. And in the future, I will be creating more content explaining more detailed examples of each one of the legs. The first leg of the triangle of engagement is honesty. Why honesty is so important? Because if you want somebody to be engaged in your company, They need to feel that they belong, they need to feel that they have information, and they need to feel that they are not being used. For that, honesty is your best weapon. Honesty helps creating trust. Trust is something very difficult to create, very easy to break. I have seen many instances in which something is not going good, and top management still keep going and say things like, yeah, everything is fine, we're going through a wonderful moment. I'm not very a big fan of this approach, because I think that if you're always throwing that, you are treating people like if they were little kids, that they don't need to understand anything, they will never engage into the real thing. Sometimes delivering bad news, it's difficult in the moment, but in the long term, it always pays off. Because when you build your trust, then when something good is happening, people don't have any reason to believe that you're lying to them. So they will feel part of the company. They will feel that they know what is happening around, and this is very important. The second leg of the triangle of engagement is value. But what I mean value, it's the value that the people is adding to the company. You need to make them understand that whatever they are doing has a value. They are not just working for a salary, doing something irrelevant. One way or another, whatever they're doing, it's taking the company someplace, and it's your responsibility to make sure that they understand why, if they make an extra effort here, it's important because, I don't know, we're gonna get this business, we're after this other thing. Everybody needs to feel that they are useful and that they are doing something that it's valuable. Here is when this difference that I spoke about, difference between satisfaction and engagement, comes very clear. If you're doing something that you don't believe in, you can be satisfied because you get some money, you get some, flexibility, some good, but that's fine. You're not doing something that you like. But if you understand that whatever you're doing, it's serving a bigger purpose, it's easier that you will feel engaged. The third part of this triangle is fairness. This is very important. This is a very important leg of the engagement triangle. Basically, fairness is for the people to understand that they are actually treated fair, that the rules apply to everybody at the same time. I have seen many managers, when they get to management, they think that what they need to do is to please people as much as possible and give them everything. And this is not the case, because when you're managing an operation, let's say like 500, 600 people, you cannot give every single person what they want. However, you can have some strategies in place to provide certain flexibility, but whatever flexibility you're providing needs to be equal for everybody. Let's say if you're in a hybrid model and you're letting some people to stay more days at home, it needs to have to be a reason behind that, and everybody should be able to benefit from this same reason. It cannot be arbitrary, or because somebody gets mad, I go to my team leader or manager and throw a tantrum, I don't want to work from the office today, then you need to give it. But being flexible is fine, but always provide context and rules and make sure that this is applied to everybody in your team, because this is the best way to reduce frustration. If you want people to feel engaged, they need to feel part of this bigger picture, and if they feel that they are being treated less than the guy that sits next to them, they will never feel this way. Okay, this is all for today. I hope that you enjoyed the content. I will bring more about this triangle of engagement soon. If you like the content, please like it, share it in any of the platforms that I'm using. Basically, it's YouTube and LinkedIn. That will be extremely helpful. Thank you for being here with me one more week, and see you in the next one. Bye.